Hello all. Today we are going to talk about who's a Scrum Master. So a Scrum Master is a servant leader who is like a team lead and who's going to be in the liaison and who would facilitate all the ceremonies. Now this begs the next question: what and all ceremonies will a Scrum Master facilitate? So the Scrum Master would facilitate all the ceremonies, which would include program increment planning, which would be a 3 to 4 day event. The Scrum Master might facilitate breakout sessions or dependency mapping sessions too. If that's the case, the Scrum Master will most definitely uh, facilitate daily scrums, sprint review, sprint retrospective, backlog refinement sessions. So now this begs the next question: what happens in daily scrum? Now daily scrum is just a status meeting. So, but then it happens every day. Hence the name daily scrum or daily stand up. It's a 15 to 20 minute event where everyone is going to just going to give a brief info on what they are working on. So that is something that the Scrum Master would facilitate. So that meeting will be facilitated by the Scrum Master. Then the Scrum Master would also facilitate the uh, sprint planning session. So that is when the developers and testers they get an understanding of what they are going to work for the upcoming sprint. Story points are assigned to user stories. Uh, Velocity and capacity of the team are calculated. And then what stories must be included. So for the upcoming sprint will be decided. So the user stories from the product backlog will be moved into the sprint backlog based on the velocity of the team and based on the story points assigned. And this meeting, which is named sprint planning, will be facilitated by the Scrum Master. So what other meetings will a Scrum Master facilitate? So one more meeting that a Scrum Master will facilitate is sprint review session. So this is when the developers will demo the minimum viable product. And the Scrum Master might also facilitate sprint retrospective session. So this is when the team members would talk about what the team did well, what the team did not do well. If there is something that's disturbing them, they'll bring it up in the sprint retrospective meeting. The reason why I use the word might, the Scrum Master might facilitate. So the reason why I'm using that might word is there are cases where even the product owner might facilitate the sprint retrospective or sprint review or sprint planning or daily scrum. Even a product owner can facilitate that. There are cases where a Scrum Master will facilitate that too. Depends upon the organization. It varies from organization to organization. There are cases where there's no product owners. In some organizations, they might not have product owners. In some organizations, there is a product owner, there might not be any Scrum Masters. In some organizations, both Scrum Master and Product Manager might be on board. So it depends on the organization. So that's why I use the word might. So a Scrum Master is more of a, like I said, Scrum Master is more of a servant leader. A Scrum Master would be facilitating all these events, and the Scrum Master will make sure that all the agile practices are followed properly. If there are some questions for some developers or testers or some other member in the team, the Scrum Master will kind of act as an agile coach, because the Scrum Master is supposed to be expert of agile, must be an agile evangelist, so to speak. So a Scrum Master might come in and do some agile coaching and help the team members work freely in an agile environment. So hope you are able to gather information that will be of use to you in the future. I hope this discussion was useful to you and helpful to you. Thanks for your time. Do subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or if you want to add something, do comment below. Thanks for your time. Have a nice day.